let's now continue our discussion. Yeah, so as I'm saying, so where are we now? I guess this one right here. Yeah. So as I'm saying a while ago, okay, so whatever is the name of your project name will be the same with your solution name. So you don't need to touch this one anymore. And then with the framework, the one that I have right now in my laptop is .NET Framework 4.7.2. Okay, so if you have a 4.5 and above, 4.5.1, 5.2 and above, I guess that would be fine. Okay, but if you have, I don't know, maybe 3.5 and below, so I highly suggest that you update your .NET framework to avoid problems in the future. Okay, so the more latest the version of your framework, the better. Okay, so if you want to update the, oops, not that one. If you want to update your .NET framework, you can visit this one, https .NET.microsoft.com. So in here, the latest one is 4.8, which is the most recommended, of course. Whichever is the latest, it's always the recommended one. Well, except if it's a beta version. But in here, this is already official, way back 2019. So the one that I'm using is 4.7.2, which is still okay, still fine, still doing good. So I am not upgrading it to 4.8. Okay, so if you have 4.5 and above, it's okay. But if you have 3.5, yeah, 3.5, because this one was released way back 2008. So I highly suggest that you update that one to 4.5.2 maybe, or just update that to the latest one, which is 4.8. Okay, to avoid a problem. And then for the location, so it is now your own preference where you want to save your projects. Well, in my case, it is saved on local DC, folder users, folder Ryzen 5, folder source, and then a folder repos. Okay, that is where you can find the projects that I'm creating in a Visual Studio. So if I will search that one, okay, so what we can do is copy this one. Okay, copy that one, and there is, and you can paste it right here. Oops. And then click enter, and then you will see all of the projects that you have created. Okay, just in case you cannot find it. All right, so that's one way for you to find where you can, find your projects. What else? So you can, of course, you can of course change this one. So just browse it, and then maybe the best way for you to easily find your projects, just save it to desktop. Okay, and then just create a new folder. Let's say VB programming, and then click that one, and then select that folder. Okay, so in that way you'll be able to see uh, where your project is being saved. Okay, well, in my case, I will use my old location, okay, which is on the local DC. So after this one, you can now start creating that project. Oops, project directory already exists. Okay, let me change this one into 07 because number 7 is already created. Okay, lab number 07. So just wait maybe 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, so there you go. So upon creating that project, so it will give you this blank blank interface. Okay, so the things that you guys need to know. Okay, let me just reset this one. Okay, so by default, okay, your toolbox can be found on the upper left. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to find, toolbox. Okay, this is where you can find the components that you're going to put to your component tray. So just left click that one and then expand it. And then as you can see, it is overlapping, or it's blocking your user interface. So mostly what I do is I drag this one and then drop it on the right side, okay, of my component tray. So in that way, it is not blocking my design. So, well, let me just minimize everything. So in here, this is what you will see. Okay, so we have categories here wherein we have all Windows forms, common controls, containers, menus and toolbars, etc. etc. Okay, so if you need the basic components, you can always go to common controls. So in here, we have here the list of uh, basic or common components that you're going to use with your project. But if you want, let's say for containers, you can go to this containers. It will give you this panel, group box, etc. etc. Okay, and menus and toolbars, and so on and so forth. But if you're a beginner, okay, like you don't know yet what you are trying to find, you don't know the name of that component yet, so you can always open this one, all Windows Forms. So this all Windows Forms right here contains all of the components that is inside of those other categories. Okay, so in here it's already arranged alphabetically. So starting from B, C, D up to web browser right here. Okay, well, the first thing that you might want to search is button. Okay, so in here you can double click this one, or you can just drag and drop it right here. Okay, so you can also add, let's say, checkbox, because you'll be needing that one for your lab number one. Yes, question so far? Can you guys follow? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Let me just clarify if you guys can still follow. Okay, so I really hope that you guys can follow. Anyway, so we already have a button, we have a checkbox. So you might be also needing a picture box. So in here we have picture box, just drag and drop it. So what else? We'll also be needing text box. So look for T. So right here, letter T, text box, text. Why? Why we don't have text box right here? All right. So if you cannot find it, but you know the name, okay, but it should be right here. If you know the name, you can just simply search it on the uh, search bar, okay, under this one, this toolbox right here. So just type text box, and then it will give you this text box right here. Okay, so any of those two will be fine. So what else? We have a button, we have a text box, we have a checkbox. You'll be also needing a label. Okay, so yeah, that's how easy to drag and drop a component. So you can of course resize them, aside from label. Okay, you cannot resize it easily, you have to change it on the properties. Okay, so go to font, and then change the font size from 8 to, let's say, 15 to make it bigger. Okay, and then for the text box, so initially it's a single line, so you can make it multi-line wherein it can accept a paragraph. So just click this one, a mini play button on the upper right, and then check multi-line. So in that way, you can now resize it into your preferred size of text box. Okay, and then this picture box. So as what its name trying to say, picture box. So it can contain a picture. So you can also resize this one, of course. So to upload a picture on this picture box, just click this play button right here, and then choose image, and then you can go to local resource. Well, in here, let me just explain this one. If you're going to click project resource file, meaning you have already imported the pictures right here, okay, on your project and then resource folder .resx. Okay, but since we don't have anything, I didn't import anything, so I'll go to my local resource. So in this case, it will now go to my drivers, my local DC, local dist, etc., etc. So just click import, then you'll be able to find let's say under pictures, under downloads, under local wait, because it's blocking. Okay, you can choose any drive that you want, but in my case I'll just go with pictures, and then under camera roll, so you can find any picture that you wanted to upload. So in my case I'll just upload maybe this one, Naruto right here. Just click open, and then click OK right here, and then voila, it's now there on the picture box. Okay, so as you can see, it's not fitting quite well, okay, with our picture box. So for our picture to fit the size of the picture box properly, so you have to change the size mode from normal into stretch image. Okay, so in that case, it will show the entire picture. Okay, uh, that picture inside of the picture box. Okay, so yeah, so you will be needing this one. You will be needing that one on your lab number 7 for this pizza picture right here. And then for the labels, let's see, mountain pizza right here. Well, you can just put here a label and just change the text into, let's see, mountain pizza. Okay, and then you can also change the font size. Just go to font and then change it into, let's say, in that font size, and then you can change the font size, let's say, into 20. So in that case, you now have a customized font. So 30, right? Of course, you can also change the font color of that one. Okay, okay, into maroon. Okay, so that's how you put labels. So the same with this one. Okay, those are labels, and then this is just a text box. Okay, so this is now our text box, wherein you can change the back color, of course, right here. Let's see, into orange. So yeah, voila, you now have this kind of text box, but just a different color. And let's say you wanted to create the same properties or the same button with a different property. Let me just remove that one. Okay, so you can simply copy this one. Okay, right click and then copy, or Control C and then just Control V. Okay, and then you can now put multiple text box with the same properties. Okay, the same with the button. You can change the text of this one into text right here to, let's say, click me. Okay, right here. And of course, if you want to change, I mean, make it bigger, change the font size into 40. Okay, and then the back color into, let's say, red. So there you go. Okay, and then for the checkboxes, so here we go. Just change the checkbox 1 into supreme, into meat lovers, etc., etc. And then for the radio buttons, so I forgot to put radio button. So just find radio button right here. And then as you guys can see, it doesn't have a label, unlike this one. This one has a name, radio button 1. So just remove the text inside of it, which is radio button 1. Just remove it. And then voila, you now have a radio button, which is the same with this one. Okay, and you guys might be wondering, what is this yellow background right here? So it's just a panel or a group box. So just look for group box right here. There you go, group box. Okay, so you can change this one into the same with whatever in here, whatever we have. So it's yellow. So let's change it to yellow. There you go. But this one is just a sharper yellow. Anyway, and then for the name, so in here we have available pizza, but in here we still have a group box 1. So just click this one and then go to properties, and then change the text into pizza. Is it pizza? Available pizza. Well, anyway, yeah, that's how to change. That's how you will change the name of that group box. Okay, so the same with the others. And then this one, this is just a daytime picker. Okay, wherein you don't need to program this one anymore, since whatever is the date or the current date of your computer, that is the one that will be displayed on this daytime picker. So today is Friday, May 28, 2021. All right, so voila, you can now easily create the lab number 7. Okay, so yeah, that's it for lab number 7. Super easy. So any questions so far? Were you guys able to follow? Okay, very good, Miss Bayawa. Kim Allen. Is that Miss or Mr.? I guess that's Mr. Okay, very good. Also, Mr. Salayan Aglolo. Okay. Okay, very good, Miss Patricia Fertible. All right, so yeah, that's it for the lab number 7. And for the lab number 8, okay, let's go to the lab number 8. So again, just the interface, no need for the code for now. So, oops, not that one. Let's go to sample. Forgot. I have already downloaded this one, which is mp2.exe. So let's open that one. Okay. All right. So in lab number 8, this one is a circuit analysis program or application, wherein you can put the values of resistors right here, and then it will give you this output. So it will compute automatically once you click compute right here for the total resistance, total current, what is the voltage on the VR1 or the voltage across R1, voltage across R2, voltage across R3, and so on and so forth. Okay, for the parallel and then combination. So let me just put a random number right here. So we have those values for resistors, and then we have 5 volts as your voltage source right here. So if I click compute, then it will show you the total resistance, total current, uh, voltage across your resistors, and then with their units. Okay, so ohms for the total resistance, ampere for the current, and then volts for the voltage drop. Okay, so as you guys can see, it will also be solved with the parallel since we have 3 resistors and then a 1 voltage source. It's just that this one is in a parallel format. But for the combination, so this one is a combination of a parallel and then a series connection. Okay, so yeah, I guess series and parallel is quite easy to understand. But when it comes to combination, so you will really need to do more research on how to solve the total resistance, the total current, and then the voltage drop across R1 and R4, and then the current across R2 and R3. Okay, because you're the ones going to create the formula for this one. Okay, the proper formula for this specific circuit. The same with the parallel and then the series. Now, so my question here is, do you guys have already a background on how to solve a series connection or a parallel connection? Anyone who knows or who has a background on how to solve series and parallel? Just type no, okay, if you don't have any background. All right, so I guess most of you doesn't have a background on how to solve a series and parallel. Anyway, so don't you guys worry. Okay, let me just close this one since it's quite crowded now. So, All About Circuits is a website, okay, in which this will teach you, the basics up to the intermediate and then up to maybe a little bit hard uh, solutions, and I mean, not solutions, problems, okay, problem when it comes to circuits. So in here, you can just simply type, okay, because I cannot easily find all a series uh, topic on that one. So just type all about circuits and then series. Okay, then it will lead you to this specific website which talks about simple series circuits. Okay, so in here it will discuss and what is current, what is resistance, what is voltage, how to solve the current, how to solve the resistance, how to solve the voltage. Okay, so it will give you a very simple circuit right here, and then the solution and how to get the current right here, which is I, and then the current across R1, the voltage across R1, the total resistance, what else? The total current, okay, and then there's summary. Okay, so we have a current that is flowing here for 500 microamps, 500 microamps, 500 microamps. Okay, and then there's summary. Okay, where's that one? Right here. So we have the individual voltage drop across R1, R2, and R3, and then their total voltage source, and then the individual currents that is flowing across those resistance, and then the resistance value, which is already given from the very start, which is 3 k ohms, 10 k ohms, and then 5 k ohms. Okay, so please at least give a time to read this one, okay? Because if I will discuss this one, it will take us 2 hours for the series and parallel, and then another maybe 1 hour for the combinational circuit. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the series problem or series topic. Okay, so the next one right here is of course the simple parallel circuit. So just click this one, and then it will lead you to this page, okay, which talks about parallel connection. Okay, so R1 is in parallel with R2, and then R2 is also in parallel with R3 and R1, etc., etc. Okay, so this will also teach you how to solve for the individual currents. What else? There are voltages and so on and so forth. Okay, so yeah, actually we have a rule for that one. So whatever is a voltage that is across right here is the same with the voltage across your resistors, as long as they are in parallel connection with your voltage source. Anyway, so that's it for the series and parallel. And then for the combinational circuit, so you can find another website, but you can always search for a YouTube video, series parallel circuits. So the best one that I could recommend is this one, the organic chemistry tutor. Okay, all right. Okay, so this one, so this will teach you on how to solve. Just wait a second. Another ads. All right. So this will teach you what is series and what is parallel. Okay. So yeah, this is a very good tutorial for beginners. Okay, if you have zero background when it comes to what is series or what is parallel, and then it will give you a problem wherein, of course, it is now a combination. I guess it's not in here, but let's see the next one. Series parallel. Hmm. All right, so this one only talks about series and then parallel, but for the combinational, let's find another one. For combinational, this one is quite complicated already, but this one is also okay. Yeah, this one. This one is also good. Not this one. This one is a different topic. Yeah, this one is okay, but not enough. Right, so you guys might want to visit this one. So this one will talk about the combination of series and parallel, okay, in one circuit. So in that way, you'll be able to learn more on how to deal with this kind of circuit. Okay. So yeah. All right. So this is purely Ohm's so don't you guys worry. You can always apply this one. Okay. In here. Okay. So you can create the formulas, whatever you guys are seeing right here. Okay. You can create it on the Visual Studio. All right. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have learned something on how to solve series and parallel and then combination, because that would be your own task already as a student. Okay, you really have to learn it by yourself, because if I will give you the formulas, then where is the learning part? Okay, so yeah, this is just a label, another labels right here. This is just a text box, 3 buttons, another label right here. But for this one, okay, so in here, that component is tab control. We call that one tab control. So just drag and drop that one right here. Just resize this one. Then put it right here. And then this one. Okay. So initially it will give you two tab. Okay, two tab page. But of course you can add one more since in here we have three tabs. Okay. So just click this one and then go to the properties of that tab page and then find the collection right here. So tab pages and then collection, click this one and then uh, this triple that will show. Just click that one and then from here you can now add another tab page. Okay, so you can change the name right here. Okay, just click this one and then it will give you another properties individually each tabs. So just look for text right here, tab page. So the first one is series, the second one is parallel, and then the third one is combination. Okay, so yeah, that's it. You now have a tab page, and as you guys can see, if I will put my component right here, let's say on the parallel, okay, it is now inside of that parallel tab. Okay, so this one now has a different tab on this parallel. So if I will go to series, then it's like another tab. So it's like on the browser, uh, you have a different tabs like this one right here. Oops, right here. So we have tab for this one and another tab for this one. Okay, so quite similar with that one. So for the series, let's say this one contains this one, and then for the combination, say it contains this text box. Okay, so this is now where you can put the text boxes. Okay, below. Okay, so let's just say that the one that I put here are the picture boxes. Okay, so picture box for the series, and then picture box for the parallel, and then another picture box for the combination, and then the rest. So you can just easily put here the required labels and then required text boxes. Okay, so yeah, that's how you will create the interface of this lab number 8. And then for the pictures, you can always use the snipping tool. Okay, just snip this one and then save it, and then that's the one that you can you can upload on the picture box. And for the background picture, okay, so of course you will not be able to get the exact background picture anymore since it's being blocked by these components right here. So just search for electrical circuits background. Okay, so don't just put uh, any random background picture. Okay, so it should be related with this circuit analysis program right here. Okay, so this is okay, this is okay, all of these are okay. Just don't put the let's say any anime picture, uh, let's say your face. Okay, so it should be related with this circuit analysis right here. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the lab number 7 and 8. And then for the first quiz and second quiz, okay, so I would like you guys to check. Okay, I'd like you guys to check the module 7 itself. Okay, not midterms, finals. All right, so just look for seat break number 1. So it is right over here. Okay, so slide 77 and then slide 78. So this seat break number 1 will serve as your first quiz, and then the seat break number 2 will serve as your second quiz. Okay, so there is just a correction regarding with your seat break, I mean your first quiz or seat break number 1. So this conductor right here should be inductor. Okay, the same with this output right here. Instead of having a conductor label right here, it should be inductor because the one that we have in the instruction is inductor. Okay, the same with the circuit diagram. So this one is also an inductor, not a conductor. Okay, so make sure to change that one. Okay, and then for this one, all right. So again, this one has four inputs and then two outputs. So we already have here the sample inputs and then the expected outputs. Okay, so that is one way to check if you were able to, solve this one properly or no. Okay, and then for the second quiz right here, so I'm expecting two inputs, one for the minor A and then one for the major B. Okay, and then two outputs, one for the area and then one for the circumference. Okay, so yeah, that is your first and second quiz. Are we clear so far? Can you guys follow to this point? Okay, so I highly suggest that you finish first the slide 1 to slide 76 before answering this one. Because if you will jump right away in answering this quiz, you might have a hard time in doing this one. Okay, so I highly suggest go with the basics first, with my given examples, given explanations before jumping onto that activity. All right. So yeah, that's it for the first quiz and second quiz. And then again, just a reminder, the deadlines for the lab number 7 and 8 is June 11. So you guys have exactly 2 weeks to finish those laboratories. So don't you guys worry, those are just interface, super easy. And then for the quizzes, the same. The due date is June 11. Okay, so make sure to finish them before the given due date. And then for the case study, so make sure to watch or read the module first before answering this case study right here. Well, some of there's only two, okay, who have already answered this one. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the week number 4, and also for the week number 5. So I guess, all right, so we will not meet tomorrow. Okay, so please use the time, the remaining time today, and then the another 4 hours tomorrow. Okay, to finish and understand the module 7. Okay, because my only concern is if you will start discussing the module 8, but you haven't learned anything from module 7, uh, you will not be able to uh, learn anything. Okay, well, you'll be able to learn something but not everything, so I would like you guys to learn everything. Okay, so yeah, so we will just discuss this module 8 next week, Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it for now. Do you guys have a question so far or clarification? Yes, Mr. Fadlala, you're trying to say something? You're muted, I cannot hear you at all. You say
No,
you
sir, I don't have any question.
All right. How about you, Miss Patricia? It seems like you were trying to say something a while ago, but I didn't understand anything. All right, so maybe she's not around. Anyway, so if you guys don't have a question or a clarification anymore, then you guys may now go, and then let's just meet again next week, Tuesday. Okay, same time, 3:30 to maybe 5:30. Okay, because we'll be having 3 parts next week. Okay, so yeah, goodbye and thank you guys for coming.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Thank you too. Goodbye. Yes, Miss Ambrosia, Miss Apple, Miss Hanilet, do you guys have a question? All right, so goodbye.